Wonderful. Welcome. I want to welcome you, and I brought something that today is special, a little something that is promotion or demotion. A lot of us nowadays want places of prestige and influence. Sometimes we want to be in the higher places without real preparation for the high places. Sometimes we don't understand what it takes to be in the high places. We are only in a hurry to be promoted. Sometimes when our promotion comes, we don't even know if it's promotion or if it's demotion. So this is a generation of men and women that wants influence and power, and wants to be recognized, wants to manifest before even you are prepared for your manifestation. Like when it comes to the church, people want to preach. You want to have a microphone before you have an encounter, an experience with the Holy Spirit. They are dangerous men within the pulpit because they are men who can never submit. Really dangerous rebels in the pulpit. Is it promotion? Is it a demotion? Even at work, sometimes people want to rush to be at the aim of the institution. But there's a process I want us to bring. Then from there we'll get to understand, is that a promotion or is that a demotion? One of the things. So basically I'm looking at this man, the call of Elisha. This is 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 19 to 21. Oh, it's beautiful 19. So he departed from there and found Elisha the son of Shaphat, who was plowing with a 12 yoke of oxen before him, and he was with the 12th. Then Elijah passed by and threw his mantle on him, and he left the oxen and ran after Elijah and said, "Please let me kiss my father and my mother, that I will follow you." Then he says, Go back for what have I done to you?" So Elisha turned back from him and took a yoke of oxen, slaughtered them, and brought their flesh using the oxen's equipment, and gave the people, and they ate, and they rose and followed Elijah and became his servant. Hey, listen, this is a very interesting story. Here was a major prophet who was sent to anoint a prophet. But in the process, this prophet meets a man who is a student prophet, and he puts a man on him, and this man follows him. Do not follow God without a conviction or without really encountering God, because you may not follow God. Maybe you are following the man, not following God. This man first, before he followed Elijah, he had an encounter with the Spirit, because this man put a mantle on him and he felt the call. Are you in for the call or you're in for the influence? A lot of us are in ministry for competition. Let me get down a little bit over that one. This man was caught. And maybe God, he was told now. He went and laid goodbye, and he did whatever he did. And when he came, this person said he became a servant. That is key number one, and the major key in this lesson. This man became a servant. How many of us are willing to be a servant to our superiors? How many of us are willing to get to the beginning from the bottom of the ladder? How many of us are willing to just carry the Bible of the man of God? How many of us are willing to honor the generals ahead of us? And how many of us want to be generous before you even become a corporal? Sometimes we have He's not around us. But we want, first of all, give me the microphone. I want to preach. Hold your fire. Hold your fire. Understand what it means. So this man had to learn how to cook for the prophet. He had to learn how the prophet prays, because he was ever serving the prophet. He had to see when the prophet was bring down fire from heaven. So he was able to watch to see properly, because as he was seeing, he got interested. As now I want a double portion. He was brought to become a servant because before he became a master. Many of us don't want to serve. You are too smart to even sweep the church. No, me, I am an anointed pastor. You can't sweep the church. You need to become a servant before you become a master. Sometimes what you think is promotion is demotion, because you can't be a better master if you began to climb the tree from the top. Get down, be a servant. Carry the Bible for the man of God. Begin with the children, serve them, help the children. Begin with, just understand what it means to be a servant. Jesus walked the feet of the disciples. And you are too big. You only have 50 members. And you are too big. You are too big. You feel you are too big. Don't grow before time. Humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. And that's why we are fighting fathers in the Lord. Who do you submit to? You feel now because you are on social media, because now you can preach good English, because now you are big to America, so you don't want to submit. You don't understand. This man became a servant and he carried the double portion. That's why no one has heard about you yet, because you have grown before God makes you grow. That's what you have is a demotion. Real promotion begins with servanthood. Servanthood. Christ says you got to be a servant. The world is bleeding and God is looking for servants. May God bless you as you enter the ministry from the ladder until you get to the top. God bless you.
Sweet Jesus, you're my melody and harmony.